Hello students, let's talk about the principles of design. So the objective is to demonstrate an understanding of the principles of design by identifying its use in artwork and applying it in a visual method. Now the principles of design are rules that govern how the elements are used and organized. They are not the elements of design. Often my students mix them up because they sound similar, but again, think of the elements of design as ingredients of ice cream or parts of a bicycle, right? Imagine that these are the elements of design. We combine the elements according to different rules, and so when we combine these parts of this bicycle, we end up with a bicycle. So our first principle of design is unity. Unity is how the elements seem to fit and belong together. Yes, sometimes when we think of unity, we think of a team, a family unit, everything's working together. But visual unity, this is when the design creates a sense of harmony. Everything just seems to make sense. And often when we talk about unity, there's more than one element that is being used, right? Maybe it's similar colors, similar sizes, similar materials. So in this example here, unity is being used in various ways. Now in this example here, this one has a sense of unity due to the use of form, right? There's various triangles, the colors are similar, even the sizes of the triangles are similar. Our next principle of design is emphasis. So this is where a part of the design catches the viewer's attention. It's the center of interest, right? Your eye is going there first. Something is dominant, right? Something is taking over that, and you want to look there first for a reason. Now, often we see emphasis being used in movie posters, and here's an example of it being used in a sculpture. Our next word is balance. So this is the amount of visual weight of objects and colors, textures, sizes, forms. Now, when we think of balance, visually, it's not just physical balance, it's visual balance. So yes, your artwork could have physical balance or not, where it falls over, right? That means it's physically unstable. But what we're talking about here is visual balance. So our first type of balance is called symmetrical balance. This is when there's an equal amount of visual weight on both sides, right? This sculpture here of a face, there is an equal amount of visual weight on both sides. It doesn't mean it's the same like a butterfly. Symmetrical balance typically appears calm and stable. The other type of balance is asymmetrical balance. This is when the design has different objects on either side. There's unequal visual weight. So in this example here, yes, there is something on both sides of the artwork, but there is more on this side. Our next word is variety. So variety is when we're combining one or more elements to create interest. So there's different types of lines, different types of colors, shapes, forms, right? Again, we're using a variety of elements. Just as I said there, different forms, colors, textures. And so in this example here, there's a variety of different things. Our next word is movement. So movement, again, we're talking about visual movement. This is when you're directing the viewer's eye along a path through the artwork. So your eye starts somewhere and it goes in a certain direction. Movement creates a sense of action, direction, activity, right? Things appear to be moving even though we know it's physically stable. Now in this example here, movement is happening. Our next word is rhythm. This is a sense of repetition. So rhythm, you're repeating elements in a regular fashion to create interest, movement, and unity. Yes, sometimes other principles of design create other principles of design. But here, let's say we're repeating lines and shapes, right? We're repeating them in a regular fashion. There are different ways to talk about rhythm. We could say the rhythm is smooth or flowing, or the rhythm is regular or jagged. So these two examples here have rhythm. These flags are repeating inward, while this sculpture, there's a sense of rhythm due to the placement of these different parts of the design. This also has a sense of rhythm. Now the next word is pattern. Pattern is similar to rhythm because when we think of pattern, we think of something repeating. However, rhythm does not have to be a pattern, but pattern does have rhythm. So pattern is when we repeat elements at regular intervals. Often we use patterns to organize and unify. Again, pattern has rhythm, but rhythm does not necessarily have a pattern. In patterns, we're often repeating objects, symbols, motifs that of course are made of the elements of design. So we're repeating shapes and colors and forms. In this example here, we have pattern in two different ways. Our next word is contrast, and you can often find this in photography as well. So contrast is big differences used closely to one another. There's something perhaps very big, something small. There's differences. It could be different colors, light and dark. It could be different materials. So in this example here, we're using two or more different materials or textures that can create different areas of the sculpture to stand out. Yes, it can create emphasis as well. Now this poster here from a Star Wars movie, right, there's a sense of contrast. Our last word is proportion, and you are aware of proportion. You see it every day in your life. This is the relationship of sizes between different parts of an artwork. There's a difference in scale. There's something big, and then there's something small. And often we can tell when something is not proportional. So in this example here, there is a man dragging a tool along the sand, and we can get a sense of size and scale due to the photograph.